Okay.
Good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, we got an air line coming from our air compressor. It's way in the back, and it comes in through the back of the pumps, and it goes through two filters. One's a water separator, and the other one's an oil particulate separator. And you got a master gauge that runs both of the pumps. Two air sides that run the back of the air pumps, and then the liquid side is all run by valves, which are powered by the air sides here. And you have a suction line, which is your intake from any of your liquid drums. If it's the foaming agent, it's from our expanding agent drums that you make. If it's the cement side, it's from cement drums that you'll make on site, which, like Bill said, you got an hour to work with them about. So you draw in from the bottom, and it goes through two chambers, pumps back and forth, and it goes through the prime line and then to your gun side. The same with the cement side, you pull it up through the bottom, and it goes out the prime line, prime it to start, and then you'll be closing it, and then running it out the gun line.
Okay.
So they're the same way, but you have to separate the two. The only time they want to meet is at the end of the gun.
Okay.
So you got your lines going out to the gun. They'll go out 165 or 250 foot hose and meet here at the gun. You got your air side. That's 130 psi coming straight from the compressor. And you got your foaming agent side, which is going to be run by your pump, the white pump, and the red side, which is the cement. And the foaming agent and the air will meet here. The foaming agent goes through an orifice, and the air goes through an air orifice that's here. And the air is introduced at the back of the fins through the orifice and applied pressure through this bead chamber through a series of glass beads, and it'll actually create the foam out the end of 20-30 screen mesh at the end here. And the cement is applied down the line more towards the end of the gun. It's sprayed onto the foam to create bubbles.
What we try to do is progressively resize the soap bubble. So we want them to be as small and consistently sized as possible to get the maximum insulating value. So it gets resized here, here, and here, and then it actually gets the magnesium oxide slurry gets sprayed on there, and the actual mixing of the product occurs in the applicating hose itself. So everything to this point is delivery, and you got to look upon it that way. All the magic happens from here on out. That's just getting the stuff at a certain pressure to this point.
We use foam applicators, actually. Same idea. It's always
Okay.
at the tip, yeah.
So to start, you'll set the machete aside.
Yeah, what's that for?
It's actually just for shaving the foam off the top of the buckets.
Okay.
That's for collecting at the end of the job.
Yeah. So,
Is it compressor on it?
yeah, you have your two components on the air and the foaming agent. You close your cement because you're just doing a benchmark for your foaming agent first before
Okay.
you introduce the cement.
Okay.
So you turn the gun on, and you have your foaming agent running at about 80, and you want to match the air to it. It doesn't want to look like this. That's too much air.
That means you can make it
Too dry.
horrible
Yeah.
product.
Okay.
Too much air. You don't want it to look like this. See how it's smooth? There's no ripples in it.
Okay.
That's too much foaming agent.
Okay.
You want a happy medium where you bring it up and you start to see those little ripples.
Okay.
That's perfect right there.
Okay.
So what we'll do is we'll take a bucket and zero it out on a scale
Okay.
and fill it up with foam, which is the right consistency.
Right.
You have to eyeball it first to make sure it's the right consistency.
Okay.
And then you check the density.
Okay.
So we don't want you to just be putting crap in the wall. We want you to know what you're putting
testing
in
it
the wall.
the whole
That's why
time.
we do all these bench tests before.
Okay.
And you want to do nice big fat curls in a bucket. You don't want to miss that middle spot. You want to get all purely foaming agent and air into this bucket. No spots.
So this by itself, if we leave that overnight and we come back and see it, it's like soap bubbles in your sink. They're all going to pop, and there's going to be a liquid at the bottom. There's going to be about that much liquid. So
Wow.
obviously,
Mostly air.
something needs to be added to it, or else it just dissolves.
Right.
What was our weight?
130. We're good.
Okay.
Yeah, it wants to be between 1.2 and 1.4.
Okay. So right on.
So each day when you do production, this needs to be done, because that's the only way you know you're making quality foam. You need to know what the weight is of the foaming agent by itself, and then ultimately when they mix up the cement, we do another bucket test, because we want that to be within a particular parameter to make good product.
Okay.